Hey guys, it's your girl Shay from Plant Essence. Thank you so much for joining. So, today's episode, I am going to be doing an unboxing or kind of walking you through an unboxing that I did in April of this year. Right now, we're in July. And the two plants that I got it from an Etsy distributor called Collective Plants, and they're based in Florida. And they have really nice plants, very nice nursery. The shipments are always on time. They always send the shipments via UPS, never the standard United States Postal Service, which sometimes they can be delayed. Sorry, Postal Service, US Postal Service, you guys are delayed. And a couple times my packages came damaged. One time I could tell somebody stepped on it, literally. Anyway, but the two plants that came, they were on my wish list. One is a Philodendron Florida Ghost. And if you know anything about a Florida Ghost, it's a highly variegated plant. And I felt like I could graduate to it because I had its relative or cousin or brother, the Philodendron Florida Green, which I actually got from a plant shop called Twisted Roots. And I'll make sure I leave that in there. They're based in Maryland. It's a small plant shop, but they have the nicest plants you could ever imagine. I mean, just a beautiful collection. The owner, her name is Savannah. She's really nice, very knowledgeable. But let me tell you, this plant was tiny. It was like 2, 3 inches. It was tiny, and it didn't have these mature leaves. But this is kind of the latest leaf here. I think at one point it did have a little spider mite infestation, and I got it in time. I saw some webbing, and that's probably why you see some of the tips a little bit, but the newer leaves are okay. They're coming out fine. So I figured, since I did so well with the Florida Green, I could graduate to the Florida Ghost. Well, some of the highly variegated plants can be very tricky, and you have to have the right conditions for them to thrive. The plant right now, I'll show you at the end as I walk through it. The plant's doing well. The variegated part, that's another story. But I'll walk you through that. The other plant that I got is my very first Anthurium, and I'm trying to get into some of those velvety-like plants, and with the big billowy leaves and stuff like that. I get the small starter plants, which is fine for me. But I'll show you how, I unboxed it. This is all in April, and I'll show you what the plant's doing right now. So after I walk you through that. So stay tuned, and I'll walk you through. Stay tuned to the end, so you'll see, what the plants look like now that they've been in my care. Okay, so here's the unboxing, and I have to say the packaging is just the bomb. Like, they really did an awesome job in marketing and also packaging their plants, and it's in there really good. So just in case it gets bumped about anything, the plant's not going to be damaged. They tape it down really, really well, and they label each plant, which is important because sometimes people get like multiple plants and you're like, which is what? But look at that Florida Ghost. I mean, this plant had all white leaves. And like I said, actually not like I said, I'm actually saying this first, but there's two plants in there. The all white is one plant, and then the all green is another plant, but it's still the Florida Ghost. But you can see, like, when they come out, as they mature, they do come out a little minty. And here I am trying to untape my other plant, which is the Anthurium Regale. And it's such a beautiful plant. It's like, I think that's like 2 inches. But let me tell you, that plant has grown substantially. I mean, even taking it out, unboxing it, it already had a new leaf that develop, and when they come out, when they're first coming out, they're like a reddish color. Look how beautiful that little leaf is. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So yeah, beautiful plants. So happy to have them. And as you get plants, you got to make sure that you pair it with a nice cash pot. That's what I did. So, and actually, I had to repot both these plants because they grew so quickly. The roots were just coming out, and so I gave them a new home, and I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. But I was just really, really over the moon with how nice both the plants looked. And here I am touching the ghost, which is not a good thing when you have highly variegated leaves, but you live and you learn. So yeah, that plant was so tiny. That was a 2-inch plant, and now it's like close to I have to repot it really soon, the Regale. But yeah, aren't they just amazing? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I just love it. I'm so proud of what they are now in my care, because they're still alive. They're still alive. All right, so making my way down to my living room, and this is the Philodendron Florida Ghost. Isn't she beautiful? Look at those leaves. I'm trying to get a good angle to show you. Let me see what I can do. Probably take it and move it, but it's just so beautiful. I have it close to a west facing window. Let me just put it up here so you can see it, but a little bit better. Don't mind the little figurines. I'm really into like Halloween and stuff, and it's July and I still have it up, but I think it's just so cute. But the leaves are just gorgeous. It's, in my opinion, a very sexy type plant. Just how it grows. It grows like on an angle. It's a very sculptured statement plant. But just to give you a little closer look, I mean, every single leaf is just beautiful. Now, you don't see any of the white leaves because I think I told you before, but there's 2 plants in there. You see that's a separate plant right there from the big mature plant, and but it's still a Florida ghost. The Florida ghost, it just requires an immense amount of light as well as humidity. That, from what I've read, they do like bright indirect light, a lot of humidity, and you can't touch those white leaves as they're coming out, because I think some of the oils from touching the plant early on when I was unboxing it, it may have affected it. And here I am touching it again. But I gently touched it. The very next day I just started to see some brown spots on it, and a couple days later more brown spots, and it looked like the leaves were just kind of melting away. The white leaves, they have no chlorophyll in it, so they're just not, I guess they're not designed to really stick around long. You just admire them, for the time that they're there, and that's it. But variegation for me is like, I like it, but I don't have to have it, because I can really admire the beauty of the plant just in its green form. This is what it will look like in the wild. The white leaves, they probably don't last. They're pretty to look at, but they just don't last. But this is just a beautiful plant. I have this little stake in there. It should really be on a moss pole, but I'm really not fond of moss poles because they really make the plant look ugly. But look at those roots. Look how healthy those roots are. They're nice and white. And I love having these clear pots because you can see right through them. You can see what's going on. But I keep it there, like I said, by a west-facing window, and I have a grow light. But just panning over here, this is the Anthurium Regale, and it has grown substantially. I mean, I had the smaller leaves. Recently, I had a thrips outbreak because like the older leaves were turning yellow for some reason, and I was giving it enough water, I was giving it enough humidity, but for some reason, something was going on. So I took my magnifying glass, and sure enough, I saw these little speckled white dots just all across that Anthurium, and I have another Anthurium, the Anthurium crystallinum. They both had a thrips outbreak, and so I had to cut off some leaves. But just look at, you know, this like it's a strong plant. It's really good. It's really hardy, but I'm not sure where those thrips came from. It surely didn't have. I don't know. It didn't look like they had it when I got it home. When it was sent to me, it was pretty healthy. But I treated it. I think it's good. I'm just gonna make sure I continue to treat it, and check it. But wanted to show you these roots. These roots are really, really thick and hardy. They're nice, and they're like noodles. They're really thick. Anytime you water the Anthurium, this is what I'm learning, they're heavy feeders, so you want to make sure that you're giving them a balanced fertilizer. I use Espoma Organics, so it's really natural, it's very gentle, and soon I'm going to have to repot this plant. I put some sphagnum moss on top just to keep the soil moist, not waterlogged, just moist, because these plants, they like to stay moist in a somewhat humid environment, so that's why I keep them in the cabinet. So, all right, well, there you have it. An unboxing from Collected Plants. Again, the Philodendron Florida Ghost and the Anthurium Regale. Both great plants. I'll continue to update you on how the progress goes with those particular plants. And obviously, I'll update you on any new unboxings and new plants or updates on other plants. There's a lot of plants here that I've gotten that I haven't done videos on, but I eventually will get to them, as you can see here from the shelf. So, but thank you so much for joining me, Plant Essence. Spivey, do you want to say hi to the folks? Come on up. All right, up. Okay, good girl. All right, say night night. Say speak. Good job. Okay. All right. Till next time. Take care, guys.